All right. I think everything I've got is good to go. So, how's it going, everyone? Hello. Welcome. Welcome to Court of the Rings on Twitch and YouTube. This week, I am Lotro's community manager, Cordovan, and I do want to thank you for being here with me. The last couple of weeks, we've been very busy on Court of the Rings, including last Friday, we had a chat with Severlin. This week's going to be pretty chill. This week is just a little bit of news. We can talk a little bit about what we're working on. We have a small patch, I think, set for next week that we're now going to be working on, related to an instance closure that happened today. Otherwise, everyone's hard at work in Gundabad, playing it, doing follow-up work, and getting these instances ready to go. One of them is now available. One of them has been closed. We do have Black Friday, of course, happening as well. So on the marketing side, the e-commerce side, they've been pretty busy over the past week or so and getting ready for a lot there. We have Yuletide coming up here in the relatively near future. We have some work happening on the Legendary Worlds. And kind of a whole bunch still cooking along, although we are heading into next week is a big U.S. holiday, that being Thanksgiving and the aforementioned Black Friday. So, you know, some people are already kind of planning things with family and friends this weekend, but we do have work underway, as a matter of fact, for a patch. And I don't have a lot of information to pass along today on the patch, other than it's going to include some bug fixes that were checked in for a patch that was originally scheduled for a couple weeks from now, along with a fix to the Den of Puglok. So the only real news today is that we had to close the Den of Puglok this morning because there was a way that players could get into a teleportation state where the boss was teleporting you to a place that you'd already defeated someone at, and since you'd already defeated someone there, they were like, well, let me teleport you back to the boss, and the two just could not come to an agreement as to where you should be, so we're working to correct that, unfortunately. And we will be getting that instance reopened in the near future. But there's a whole ton of stuff that is available here with Gundabad. So we do have some release notes. I don't know. I guess I could talk a little bit about the release notes here. Let me just call that up on the page. There we are. So that this happened really yesterday, originally set for the Wednesday, but we had additional work that we did related to the game environment on Thursday, and that's why we ended up going a day later on the patch, and I will actually talk a little bit about some of that work that we have done and will be doing here in the near future. But, you know, we do have Assault on Durststruck is still available. Den of Puglok was available for about a day, but like I said, it wasn't consistent, but it could happen where you would get into a teleportation issue, so we had to close that. Otherwise, we have fixed issues with the Gundabad Weekly quests, Reclaiming the Mountain Hold Weekly and Challenges of Gundabad Weekly. They'll now award Virtue XP. The On a Mission and Continuing Mission Weekly will now correctly award Embers rather than Motes. We just really did a whole bunch of patchwork as well then related to quests, in particular in Fate of Gundabad. And I'm not going to go over all that. It's already out. It's already live. You can find the release notes on lotro.com and in the Beacon and social media and some other places as well. So I'm not going to waste time rereading all this stuff for you today, but really we focused a lot on quest bug fixes and getting the mission wrappers working, in addition to getting the instances ready to go. Asterisk there. But hey, there we are. So, alright, well, that is the release notes. The other, I guess, thing that I could mention is that we do have bonus days happening. That is plus 10% Virtue XP. That's underway right now. We flipped around a little bit of the event calendar, and next week we're going to have a VIP reward event, and the folks on Treebeard are getting something else. It's on the forums as well. So that'll be next week's bonus. But this week's bonus is a 10% Virtue XP boost. So there we go. on that. I think that really is the majority of the news, other than we did work related to game performance on Thursday. We did a kind of a bunch of technical work from the technical operations team to make sure the environment was as robust as it could be, and that work did involve some changes. We're hoping that we see some positive result from that work, although we know that it's not everything. In particular, there's a bit of lag that's happening related to quest filtering, and it really has to do with the length of time the game has been around, the number of quests that people have completed over time, etc., etc. We found some serious optimizations we can do there that we believe will actually make has the potential to make a pretty big difference, but that's not in the game yet. That is being worked on. That should be here in the near future, but it's not quite here yet. However, we did do some work that we do actually expect to have an impact on game performance that we will be keeping a close eye on the game this weekend to see what kind of results we get. Because regardless, we don't expect that this is going to fix everything, right? It's all about tackling specific sources of lag one at a time until all those main sources are gone and then the new ones are there. But whatever, it's fine. It's a never-ending battle, but it's still a battle that you tackle one at a time. And one of the things that we've been able to tackle was some maintenance, some much needed maintenance work on the game infrastructure this week. So that work has been completed, and so far things are, at least on the numbers side, on the server charts side, looking pretty good there. So hopefully we've at least made a little bit of difference while we work on further things that are going to be seen in patches here in the near future. But that also includes Evernight. So I know Evernight in particular has suffered under some game performance issues, and we're hopeful that this isn't going to fix everything on Evernight, but is going to make a difference, a visible difference for you. So hopefully that's true, but we want you to tell us that. We're not telling you that. You tell us that if it's true. So if you are playing this weekend or whatever, please do pop into that main forum thread or whatever you want to do. Let us know how things are, maybe specifically on Evernight, but really any of the game worlds. Arkenstone might be another good server to get some reports from, frankly, this weekend. But know that we do have some other things that we are working on as well. All right, let me quick head into chat then before I do some questing in Matugard today. I thought what I might do for the content of the next couple of shows that aren't, say, preview shows or special shows, as it were, is to focus on one region of Gundabad here for a couple of weeks. So last week was Matugard, this week will be Matugard, then maybe I'll head into Stonejaws or something for a few weeks, and then, kind of go through that and go through the breadth of Gundabad. We'll also do the instances. I'm sure we'll have Yuletide stuff as well that we'll be doing. But that's kind of my content plan in terms of questing here for Court of the Rings. As you also watch me level up a little bit, I have been playing during the week, so it's not going to leave off right where we left off the last show. As a matter of fact, I did a whole bunch of questing in Matugard here this week. Pretty much, I haven't cleared everything out, as you'll see, but I've gotten pretty close. I've cleared out a lot of the quests in the adventure areas here in Matugard, and had a good time doing it. So, but that's the content plan. I did have actually one other bit of news, and that is that this week, Scenario did a live stream on Twitch, our casual stroll through series that Scenario does. This week he focused on housing. So anyone who's into housing really should check that one out. But on top of that, he announced our next housing. So there we go. That'll be happening in the near future. But some news got dropped on that stream, shall we say. All right, let me quick pop through chat, and then we'll go in. I've got the camera on the thing because of that great grin on the boar. All right. How excited am I about the new Erebor housing? I think it looks great. I also have really been enjoying the Rohan housing. I like my mead hall. I like the Rohan house I've got. I think it's been pretty fun. Is there a bug fix in for the Deepscrave map? Yes, I believe so. We have a whole bunch of bugs, obviously, we've been processing through this latter half of last week and then this week, with assigning them to patches and getting work done, crunching through it all. So that's really what this week is largely about, other than future work. And I'm pretty sure I've seen that bug come through the list, so I would imagine that would be one that we would get to. Any updates to the Brawler? I can say that we want to work on the Brawler DPS some more. We want to do some remaining bug fixing on the Brawler, but I think that'll be the two biggest areas that we'll see short term, is some additional work on their overall power level and DPS. And then also do some further bug fixing related to it. I think those are the two main things we got going for Brawler in the coming weeks here. What is the current ETA on tickets? Unfortunately, our CS response time is not where we want it to be right now. We have new people being trained up. We have a customer service manager that is pretty new as well and doing some work. And so we're hoping to make progress there, but we know that it's a little on the slow side right now. We're working through a backlog, and that work is continuing at the fastest pace that we can get to it. So I know it's not what some people want to hear, particularly if you've been on hold, as it were, for a little while to get your account or other issue addressed. But that is the reality of the world we're living in, and one that we're working to get through as quickly and as efficiently as we can. When will the Black Friday sales start? I would imagine they're going to start on Thursday, but I'm pretty sure the real answer is that they will start on Wednesday mid-afternoon. We will get back to you on that. It'll be when they're published and live, and then we'll get the word out on the website about it. But I would expect Wednesday afternoon, Eastern time. On the Black Friday sales, but we'll see. We'll see how it ends up happening. It could be that they actually kick off on Black Friday, but I would expect, per usual, it ends up being Wednesday afternoon. All right. Epic music in the background for reading patch notes. Speaking of epic music, that is the other thing I've been working on in most recent hours, outside of some messaging and other related work, is we're getting ready to publish the soundtrack for Update 31 on YouTube as a soundtrack you can listen to, and then also making a dev diary for Lotro.com. And so that work is getting closer to being done. The article's written. I'm going to stage it today. We've got some really cool sheet music in this one. Bill was kind enough to actually get some sheet music screenshotted that we can put into the article. It's pretty rad. You can follow along. And some other cool things too. But we're going to have a playlist on the Update 31 soundtrack in the near future. I don't think it's going to... Well... No, I'm going to say it'll be early next week by the time that goes live. But we'll see. If I can get it out a bit earlier, I will. But I think it'll be probably early next week. The other big piece actually we're working on right now is we are going to be redoing Lotro.com. This will not be impacting the forums yet. We do have forum work we want to do, and we're hoping that 2022 is the year that we get that forum work done. But in the meantime, in the coming weeks here, we're actually going to be debuting a new looking Lotro.com. It's also new tech on the back end. We're going through kind of a different content management system. But it'll frankly look more like the other Daybreak websites do. But it'll be a much refreshed version of Lotro.com with better looking articles, particularly better looking articles in the future as we get to write within the new system. But we're going to have there'll be a guides section, it should be a release notes section, all sorts of good stuff that'll be happening in Lotro.com. That's actually a lot of what me and a couple other people are doing next week as well, is we're populating the new Lotro.com. It won't be live for a few weeks yet, because, again, we have to populate maybe something like 100 articles or more. And also remember, it's in English, French, and German in a lot of cases. So we also have images in English, French, and German in a lot of cases. So it ends up kind of having this exponential effect in terms of what you're actually publishing versus what's being written, because you only see the one version of it, but there's like that's only 1/3 of it, right? So, but we'll be doing that work actually in the next week as well. So hopefully we'll have a new looking Locher.com that we can debut by the holidays. I would say by mid-December is a pretty good estimate as to when that'll happen, and that may happen earlier in December as well. But I would say by mid-December, we should be out with the new website. So, was there something about an extra Valar for the folks who purchased the Gundabad Ultimate? Yeah, you can read the article about that. There's an announcement on the Locher forums. I believe there's a link to it on the launcher. The basic idea is that people who upgraded from Collectors to Ultimate ended up getting a second Valar along with the delving supplies and what have you. And in the future, we don't intend for the upgrade to, say, Collectors to Ultimate to deliver twice. It's only going to deliver once. But for this time around, we just wanted to fix it so that we're going to give two of the Valars and delving supplies and such to people who just purchased an Ultimate, who didn't go through the upgrade process. That way everyone gets the same amount of them. That should be happening not... I don't believe that is set for next week's patch, which is a quickly forming patch that was really created due to this bug with the instance of the Den of Puglok. But we do have plans to get it out in the near future. The reason it's relevant is I'm going to try to announce it ahead of time, because you're going to want to make sure you log into the character on the server you want. Although I believe the item is bound to account, you at least want to be on the server you want, right? So we'll be getting word out about when exactly that will deliver, but that should be, I believe, 31.1. Quote me on that, but don't quote me on that. Currently, it's set for 31.1. Our numbering may change slightly, though. That's the only kind of quandary there. But I would say 31.1 is the likely delivery time for that second Valar. Okay. Can I give you a hint as to when 31.2 is coming? No, not really. We need to get done with a few other things first. I would say at least a month or two. Probably a month and a half, something like that. Maybe. When is better armor coming to Gundabad? Okay, well, I will pass that along. What specifically is in 31.2 that we've promised that you're looking for? I guess that's my curious. Or curiosity. That's my curious. That's my curious. All right. The idea, Druid's Fire asked about rather than, say, a quarterly content cycle, something about a pile of quality of life stuff. Could we do like a bug-only bug fix patch? Yes, we have actually done those in the past. We've done them on both games in the past. It is something that occasionally we can do. In general, it is usually better to do that bug fix work in conjunction with other development work you were doing, rather than, say, focused a bug fix patch, because there are people who would roll off onto other things anyway. So that's the reality of what would be happening development-wise, generally anyway, as content and bug fixing and all that is happening at the same time. But under a theoretical scenario where, like, no, everyone only bug fixes for the next 12 weeks or what have you, we could theoretically do that. And we have had times, both relatively recently and in the past, where we did focus specifically on the team. It's like, hey, the content's going to be light for the next patch because we're focusing on bugs or what have you. So some level of that work happens all the time anyway. I would say never on that, but in general, even on, quote, bug fix patches, there's still other content and development work going on, because that's how the process has to work. So you would generally see a trickle of content during that time anyway, even if you were dedicated to it. But the idea of like a focused bug fix patch does happen, actually. We have done it in the past, and I'm sure someday in the future we will also be doing it again. I'm very sorry that I lost our Facebook people this week. I'm used to seeing them. They're actually pretty chatty, and we actually have a pretty decent audience on Facebook. It feels weird not seeing them talk to me today. Are there any specific things we could check in terms of whatever fixes we've implemented? You're talking specifically about game performance there. Not really. I would say just the best information we could get at this point is I was playing on Arkenstone at 2:30 p.m. on Saturday at this location, and I ran into a lot of rubber banding. Here's video of it. That would be ideal. I put out a call, I guess it was on Evernight or somewhere else this week, about getting some video of the lag, and a few people misinterpreted that and reached out to me on Discord saying, hey, Cordo, here's video of the lag. It's like, no, I want you to post it on that forum thread. And the reason is because it's not just me. I mean, I've seen a lot of these videos already. This is about being able to get those URLs and videos to other people doing work related to it, who want to see specifically what players are experiencing, and they work higher up in the IT chain, for example, or something like that. And so it's really is often valuable to get the time, the loc, the server, character, and video of it. I know not everyone records video or wants to record video, but especially if you're trying to report some lag to us, that stuff could be very, very valuable. So I would, you could just put it unlisted on YouTube or something and send us a link or whatever you want to do. I don't care. Yeah, well, I do care, but I don't, it's fine. Get us the link and we'll see what we can get to. And I'm hearing stuff around me. Okay. Oh no. My computer's having problems. I think I accidentally closed the game client. Oops. I think I went to hit minimize and didn't hit minimize. I think that's what happened. Guess I should probably log back into the game. Get that ring screen, or let me get the Gundabad key art up. There we go. Alright, in the meantime, let me pop on over to YouTube and see what I can do about questions there. So I did answer the one about what people can do to take a look at the lag. Just run what you're going to normally do, and we'd love to just kind of know what your general experience is this weekend. Will there be a plus 20% virtue bonus in December as in the earlier event calendar? No, that's what I'm talking about. We actually moved it to 10% for various reasons and put it this weekend, and then we have a new event happening in December. I think I will have to get back to you as to what the specifics are. I don't have them off the top of my head. But yeah, I'm going to be updating the events calendar through the end of the year there. I know I'm not live on Facebook, Joanne. It stinks. I could not get live on Facebook today. It just kind of kept on saying, when I went to go live through XSplit, it just kept on saying an unexpected error has occurred. And I was like, yes, I'm aware of this. The pop-up is the unexpected error. All right. Go. So where am I right now? I am doing some questing here in this section. I've got blades I'm picking up supplies. I'm getting rid of raiders. I'm heading into Deep's Crave, and I'm only on chapter 6.1 of the epic there. But I will be going into that here during the stream today. I think next week I'm going to be heading into Deep's Crave. Although I could go to the Pit of Stone Jaws as well. And like I said, I thought I'd spend like 2 weeks on kind of each area. So this will be probably the last we see of Matugard for a little bit after today's stream. But that's what I'm basically planning to do, is just kind of do some questing today and hang out, celebrate the release of Fate of Gundabad. We've been having a really good time with it, and I think you've been hopefully enjoying it as well. We did get an article up this week that is a write-up essentially of Scenario's housing, or not housing chat, but Gundabad landscape chat. And then, like I say, next week we're working toward an article which will feature the music of Update 31. And we've got the soundtrack coming along with some sheet music in that as well. But otherwise, I've just been playing, some. I've been able to get, maybe about an hour a night for 3 or 4 of the recent 7 nights. So I put in a couple hours here, but I've just been really kind of questing in Matugard, and just going through all the quests over, unlocking everything, getting all those rings, and enjoying the heck out of it, and having a good time here. So that's really what I've been up to on Stampion. As you can see, I'm only level 132. I have a ways to go before I'm getting nearer to 140. But that will be happening. Like I say, I'm going through the quests, and that's what we're going to be doing here today. So, I also wanted to mention a fun stream that happened last weekend. If you haven't seen it yet, it's going to be in the Beacon this week. But if you haven't seen it, Dr. Brigman, Agent Brigman, did a Lochero cooking show last Sunday morning. And it was awesome. And it turned out great. And there's an article about it featuring like the recipe and what have you on the Simply Delicious blog. I hope I got the name right. I think I got the name right, because I read it and I thought that was also cool. So if you're into cooking at all, and I bet some of you are, and if not, why not? What's wrong with you? No, it's fine. Probably want to check that one out. It's pretty cool. I don't think the intention's, though, to get rid of the virtue boost. I think we split it into 2. I can't remember, though, if it stays 20% or not. In case you wonder, I have names turned off because I don't want people trolling the stream. The perils of being a community manager streaming on Twitch is people are like, I can put my goofy name on camera. Hard, yard, yar. I can't blame you, but still. That's why I don't have names turned on. So what have you been up to, though? This isn't about me. This is about you. What have you been up to? I'd be curious to know kind of what your experience has been with Gundabad so far. Have you been enjoying it? Have you been questing? Did you get a chance to run any of the new instances? Let me know. I have found Gundabad to be vast, even though I'm only, like I say, I'm only really in Matugard at the moment. I've just been focusing on that, but it's clear that there's a lot of Gundabad to be had, and so a lot that we should be able to experience and have fun with here, I think, in the coming weeks. Really need to solve my problem where I get stunned a little too much. But, as you can see, so far the landscape mobs haven't been too much of a problem. The only time I die on the landscape mobs right now is if I basically get on my mount and go too deep before thinking about it. Let's see. So, what am I up to? Raiders is still possible. I think of the blade. I just must be missing that one blade there. Supply lines is mostly what we got here. Yeah. So we're still okay to go ahead for a bit. Watching your son level up from scratch. Okay. I want to make a brawler. You know, I haven't made a brawler for the live game worlds yet, and I want to correct that. I am not sure if I want to use my 130 Valar from Gundabad on the brawler or not. I kind of think I do. The big reason not to do that, of course, is I won't have had any practice with the brawler until I'm level 130, right? And so there may be some value in playing with the brawler a little bit at the low end, and then when I decide I want to level up to 130 or what have you. Take care of this guy while this other guy's thing wears off. Did I mention... Oh, so speaking of next week's stream, there won't be a next week's stream. There will be a next week, I'm happy to announce. However, I will be not streaming a week from today. That's because it'll be Black Friday. And I will be doing things other than work. Which means probably playing DDO or Lotro, but that's fine. I'll do that too. I'm doing that for fun. But you know what I mean. I'm not going to be streaming, I don't think, at noon next Friday. The other, I guess, I could mention one other thing, that this is going to be keeping me somewhat busy this weekend, but especially also busy next week, on top of the website and patchwork that we have going on, is Extra Life, right? So this is the final weekend to get your donations in to me for Extra Life if you want to be a part of the giveaways that we're doing. And many of you do. So make sure that you've sent me a private message with your donation amount is really all I need to know. And then the private message itself serves as the place where I can get back in touch with you. But that drawing, those giveaways, I'm going to do all the random item giveaways on Monday. So you've got through the weekend and really honestly through the workday on Monday, because there's no way I'm going to be able to get to it until end of day, and that'll probably be Monday evening. But regardless, that's happening this weekend, so make sure you get that in. And that's also a sign to let you know that I will be moving ahead on Extra Life stuff. If I can carve out time this weekend for it, my intention is to start distributing coupon codes, you know, for all the things that people have unlocked with their incentives. If you've gotten in touch with me ahead of time and say, yo, I know I get 6 things, and these are the 6 things that I want to get, then I'll try this weekend to get back to you with those codes. Now, I can't promise I'm going to do that. There are some other things that I have going on in my life this weekend. But that's one of the things I'm going to be starting with this weekend, and then throughout the first half of next week, probably kind of even rolling into the holiday a little bit. All right. Well, I'm not really seeing anything here. It's on the map, but I'm not really seeing anything from which to click on. So let me start heading back the other way. See if I can figure out what I've missed. In the meantime, we're just getting some XP, as it were. Probably get on my boar mount and do it that way. Well, let's head over to that ring and see what that uncovers for us. Oh, it uncovers a whole bunch of mobs. Okay, let me not die. That's cool. There's one of my raid leaders anyway. I actually don't really want to go into Tolmuzug, do I? Sweet. Alright. Where am I heading now? So it still has things on the map, but I just don't see anything. My guess is I don't see any supply chests or anything here, so hopefully I didn't miss anything. Let me get back to chat here. Quick. Someone finished the epilogue last night. Alright, so see, I'm taking my time with it on the stream character in particular, right? Because, yeah, it's a stream character. And, I've got another character that is almost 130. It's currently 128 as of this past week. And so that person's going to be heading into Gundabad with a kinship that I've got. So that's that. Oh, where did I... I see what's going on. Okay. I don't want to head into there yet. So I'm going to go this way. Yep. See, I'm still not seeing any weapon crates. I feel like the map indicates that I should be seeing some weapon crates, but I'm just not. So I'll turn on floaty names for now. While I still can. You've just entered Kara Bronk, or Bronk, or however you say that. I would mention that we have a podcast interview in the works. I don't believe that they've announced it yet, so I don't think I can announce it myself, but there is a pretty well-known J.R.R. Tolkien affiliated or associated podcast run by a big fan site that's going to be having a couple of us on perhaps as soon as next week. And so hopefully we'll be able to get some word out on social media about that. But I think we're going to have Maid of Lions and Scenario and Pinion and Reninia on a podcast, a Lord of the Rings more focused than specifically Lotro focused, but a cool Lord of the Rings podcast. And so we're going to be getting the word out about that here in the near future, would be my expectation. Alright, still 3 short though, huh? Still says it's over there. Okay. Well. Actually, that's the blades. Yeah, okay. Still says it's over there, huh? Well, I guess we're going to have to go over there and see what we can do to find it. What race will I make my brawler? answer carefully, you will judge harshly. I don't care what you judge. I can tell you what it's going to be, and that is going to be a Hobbit. I'm absolutely 1000% going to be a Hobbit brawler, and the reason for that is because I want to. I've carefully looked at all the stats and benefits and decided that I would throw it in the trash and then make the one I wanted to make anyway, which is a Hobbit brawler, because they'll be small and pack a big punch. And punching things is fun. So that's what I'm going to be doing, is I'm going to be a Hobbit brawler. But like I say, the big thing is I'm probably going to try to play it, at least through the 20s, 30s, something like that, 40s, 50s maybe even. So I can get a better sense of how to brawler. And then once I have a slightly better sense of that, I will probably use one of those 130 Valars on it, and perhaps feature it on the stream a little bit. I mean, I know that everyone comes here for my hard-hitting gameplay and insightful meta commentary, but it would be kind of fun to... I've been playing Stampion for, at least a couple of years now, right? Because it used to be the Minstrel, Dwinstrel the Minstrel. And this is Stampion, the Stout Axe champion. And so I will probably have to make something that doesn't sound like Hobbit Brawler and see where we end up. Oh, there's a weapons rack. You enjoyed meeting the female orc. Yeah, I'm glad we were able to do that. That is something that, art-wise, has been in the works for a while. And we were finally able to make that happen here with Fata Gundabad. I don't know what my exact plans are for the lamest Thanksgiving ever. I tend to try to have a deliberately goofy Thanksgiving dinner, and then have a more traditional one on that Friday or something like that. And it's just a dumb little thing I've done for a long time, so that's why I do it. Oh, there's another orc weapons rack. But I don't actually know what it's going to be this year. It might involve ramen. Groovy. Alright, now, is everyone still attacking me? Alright, cool. Oh, there you are. I don't have a good name. So, because, unlike the amazingly good name, which is Stampion for Stout Axe Champion, or Dwinstrel for Dwarven Minstrel, Crawler doesn't have the right ring to it. Plus, that name's already taken. But, so I don't know what my Hobbit brother is going to be called. I tend to go kind of dumb with my names. I'm sorry. I know it actually bothers a few people sometimes who would prefer that I be very kind of lore focused on the names, but I sort of feel like I should do one extreme or the other, and in this particular case I prefer other. It's just how I roll. I don't know. I don't take it too seriously on the names. Never have, never will. Don't want to. Sorry. Hey, here's my... I hit the jackpot here. This is what I should have been all this time, I guess, huh? Got barrels and racks galore. Yes, the heritage runes that are in your bag will be getting a use when the legendary rewards track comes out. And that should be something like 31.1-ish. 31.1, I think, is the intention for the rewards track still. And so when that comes out, those heritage runes will be used for that. You'll cash them in to get you further down the track. Now, I recognize that, unfortunately, right now, it's a bit of an inventory hassle. That's true. But this means you won't lose out on that stuff when it does come here in the near future. Okay, where is... Oh, there we go. Right there. There we go. Sweet. I have played generally dwarves in Lotro. I think it's because I really enjoy... I do enjoy playing dwarves in Lotro. I think they look cool. And I love the kind of voice work and heritage. And just... There's a lot I like about the dwarves in Lotro. And so historically, I've almost always played that. Although I do have a High Elf Guardian that I've been playing as well. And I believe I actually have a Hobbit Burglar that I've barely played, but I do have one rolled up as well, and played a little bit. But I thought it would be good to... I haven't really done a full-on Hobbit, like all the way through to the end, as it were. And so I think that's really what that is. Although I do like my High Elves a lot, actually. So... I would be totally down for doing that, maybe. But I don't want to do a High Elf Brawler. I want to do a Hobbit Brawler. So it just makes sense. Ooh. Well, the only problem with Brabit is it has the bra connotation. But otherwise, Brabit is pretty good. Pretty good. Alright, I think I'm past where I need to be. So where do I need to be? Yes, okay. Is it really putting me... Is there something I'm... Okay. Let me take care of this black arrow. Let's see where I'm supposed to be. It says behind me, huh? Captain, Lieutenant. Maybe I must be up here then. Yeah. Nice. All right. 8. Come on, where are your provisions? Do I see any provisions? I don't. I'm here for your food. Can I tell if the reward track will be an account reward or a character reward? I mean, I think I've got an answer, but I don't know that I want to give it quite yet. Because I would hate to be wrong. I think it has the potential to maybe be both. But my understanding is I believe we're focusing on an account reward track largely to start here. Okay, here's some provisions. Let's see. What else do we got? All right, let me pop over to YouTube. Doesn't video recording cause lag? Well, the answer to that is yes, it absolutely can. It depends on your computer, right? And what your setup's like and what have you. Obviously, that's not going to work for everybody. Nonetheless, if you can get video of like lag type video, that is particularly valuable. And the reason for that is it's something that, you know, you could show in meetings. It's something you can collate into spreadsheets. It's something that you can kind of tangibly reference when people are like, well, how bad is it? What's happening? When does it happen? What does it look like? You know, what server are they on? Where's their, I mean, if you can put that entire story together like that, it helps a lot. And so, yes, if your computer lags out, then you probably, by trying to record video and playing Loacher at the same time, then you probably aren't the best candidate to give us lag reports. But, you know, we appreciate anything that you can give us. It must be up here. Yeah, when I'm using lag, I'm talking about everything from, say, input lag to skill delay type stuff, to rubber banding when running through the wilderness, to really whatever it is that you're trying to report to us in terms of game performance, really. I mean, if it's stuck on a load screen, well, I mean, there's that too. Although some of that we're working on as well. So that was part of the work that was done this week. All right, I just have one. Oh, yay! Sweet. All right, so yeah, I'll go back to Raiders in Montegard, and then I will pop on over. It's almost 1 o'clock here. Okay, so I will pop on over to Elder Slade then, and then I think we will wrap things up then for the day. Can I do this without getting into a lot of combat is the question. Nope. Smack. So we do have, what do we got going on then for the stream schedule for tonight and what have you? We've got Tolkien Professor up, we've got Druid's Fire, we've got Big Ed, we've got a whole bunch of people streaming all weekend long as well. So you can find the full schedule over on twitch.tv/LotraStream. It looks like I'm not going to quite make it to 6.1 here on the stream today, so I think I'm going to have to just fight my way out at the end of the show. I'm going to have to fight my way out to end the show. All right, there we go. So thank you very much for watching Court of the Rings on Twitch, YouTube, and Facebook normally. Really do appreciate you being here. Hope you enjoy Gundabad. Hope you're having fun playing the Lord of the Rings online. Take advantage of that 10% bonus Virtue XP weekend. Why don't you? And I will see you. Let me actually stop what I'm doing so I can end the stream in regular fashion. Have fun, everyone, and I will see you in 2 weeks. 2 weeks. No show next Friday, so 2 weeks. Have fun, everyone. See ya.